Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Saturday and it is 12 noon. I'd like to welcome you all out to another From the Desk of Dr. Ron. And I thank you all for coming and check it out. I just want to give a shout out to my mentor and spiritual leader, Dr. Hunt, a man that has been in my life for over 30 plus years. And every chance I get, I like to give him a shout out because I tell you, being in my life for 30 plus years is no small endeavor. And I appreciate him for hanging in there with me. I'd like to encourage you, if you have a spiritual leader or a mentor, pray for them. Keep them lifted up, keep them encouraged, because it is a 24-hour, 7-day a week job, 365, keeping up with a person like myself, okay? So I appreciate him, and I always like to give him a shout out. Well, the first thing I like to do on this week's episode is to, you all see the question, guns, what are you doing wrong? And we're going to talk about that for a second. I've talked about guns before, and I want to bring them up again because, in this country, the United States, there has been a plague of gun violence that have been rising more and more and more. Young people in a certain age group, 18, 17, 19, early 20s, these young people are, going out and getting guns and causing death to mass groups of people. Well, this is not something that is new. This is something that has happened before, and then it quiets down, and then it flares back up again. And many people raise the conversation about guns, and guns are out of control. And it's true, guns are out of control. Some people, and I'm going to say this early on, some people don't need to have guns. And I equate that to some people don't need to drive cars. Just like we have to learn lessons about how to use a turn signal, how to park, what lane to drive in this country. You have to learn those things. And then when you get behind the vehicle, then you have respect for the vehicle that you are behind the wheel of. And knowing that that vehicle can cause danger and death unto people, tragically. We see, all across the country, sometimes people are drinking and driving, and they get on the wrong side of the expressway, and it can cause a head-on collision, kill a family, kill a working person, and then sometimes kill themselves. So if you understand the importance of knowing the proper operation of an automobile or a motor vehicle, then it should be the same concern about understanding the proper handling and operation of guns. Guns are in the hands of the wrong people, whether it be they're mentally unstable, because you wouldn't put a vehicle in a mentally unstable person's hand. So why would you put a gun in the hands of a mentally unstable person? So we need to address this as an issue of we've got people getting hold of guns that should not have control of them. And if their sole purpose of getting these guns is to kill people, innocent people, then somewhere along the way there should be an evaluation or a test to determine what this person's purpose is and what this person's mental status is. Excuse me. So, you know, what are we doing wrong? We're not looking at what a person's purpose is for acquiring these weapons. I've been listening to the news, um, the mainstream media news, and they've been talking about the mistakes that have been made, in the last mass killing of children. And I tell you, a 18-year-old purchased guns that are assault weapons 2 days in a row at 18. Now, if you do the math on that, you're talking about in the neighborhood of $6,000 to $7,000 worth of firepower. One of the questions that ran across my mind was, where did he get that kind of money at 18 years old to be able to go down to a gun store one day and spend $3,000 and then go back the next day and spend $3,000 and then go back and get ammunition? Where's the money? Where's the money come from? We had a young man last week that went and bought guns and weapons and body armor and went to Buffalo, New York, and killed people, consciously, just murdered them. Where did he get the money? Who is financing these acts of terror? Because there are acts of terror. Now, I'm emphasizing the fact that there are some, ideologies that are going around that are no good. Militias and attacking people. This is the right thing to do. That's a mentality, and I know a lot of times we hear people say guns don't kill people, people kill people. And that's true. If you lay a gun on the table, that gun is not going to harm anybody. But if the wrong person picks that gun up, then that gun can do a whole lot of damage, as we have seen lately in the United States. So I want to approach this from a different perspective. In different countries, they don't have the access to guns like we do here in the United States. We have made guns an industry, and defending the right to have them an industry. And people are getting rich off the sale and possession of guns, which are promoting more wealth for gun owners, for gun manufacturers, for people that live off the possession of these particular guns by the public. So if you look at other countries, in, like, say, for instance, Haiti may not have access to as many guns as United States does, or the Bahamas may not have access to guns like we do. But the mentality of killing is still there. Their method of murder and pillage would be a machete. So machetes are used as tools in their country to farm and harvest, but they're also used to commit crimes. So universally across the world, there are people that are using different methods to commit crime. So we have to change the mindset of the people. We have to tell people, look, we need to look at folks and understand what are their intentions. If your intentions are easily displayed, and your intentions are hidden, you don't advertise, well, I'm going to kill, 15 children a day on my lunch break. Or back in the day, they used to have a saying of so much stress in the workplace that people would go postal. And they would go into their workplace to kill the supervisor and everybody else that have, wronged them in their mind. So we have to begin to understand that we have an illness and a sickness that's going on across this world. that we need to address and deal with, and arming these people with these sicknesses and illnesses is not the proper way to do it. What are we doing wrong? We're not looking at one another and asking them, are you okay? Are you all right? Is something bothering you? Is there something I can help you with? Because if you begin to have those type of conversations with people, you might find out some things that could head off a disaster, head off a massacre, head off a driving down the wrong side of the highway because they're having a rough day and they just want to kill themselves and somebody else. I talked about on one of the shows that I am a host on, Street News Now. We talked about a young man that had a mental crisis in Romeoville, Illinois. He was a black man. He went into a bank and he explained to the employees of that bank that I am having a bad day. I'm distressed and I just want to die. I want the police to kill me. And he had a gun and he told them, I'm not here to rob the place. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm just having a mental crisis. Now, he communicated this to the ladies that he had in the bank with him, and he allowed them to communicate with their families and say, hey, it's going to be okay. You're going to get a chance to go home today. I'm not here to hurt anybody. And they communicated that to their family. When the hostage negotiator came and appeared on the scene, the SWAT team, he complied with every command that the SWAT team gave. He said, well, send out the hostages. He sent out the hostages. And then they told him to come out. And he came out. And a SWAT officer shot and killed the man instantly. It was not the outcome that you would like to see in a situation where a person is having a mental crisis. They could have taken that man into custody, put him in a hospital, gave him some medicine, worked with his condition to make him get to a good place. So sometimes people know they're in a bad place and they reach out for help, probably not in the right way. But if they cry out for help, somebody should hear their cry. I've often heard people say, in the forest, do we hear the trees fall when they fall? And the answer would have to be no. If you're not present at the time that the tree has fallen, you don't hear the tree falling. But yet, when you go to that place in the forest, you see that tree down. So we've got a lot of people that are having lapses in mental state, lapses in conditions in life, depression, and we need to hear them. We need to take time to hear them. We need to take time to try and help them in their situation before it turns into a situation where people have lost life and there's nothing you can do about it. From the Ask Dr. Ron show, I send prayers and words of comfort to all of the people over the last month that have lost loved ones and family members that were involved in the many shootings that have taken place. But there is something far greater going on in this country that we need to pay attention to. We need to start listening and asking those questions of people that are around us and see what we can do to help them. We need to comfort people. We need to make them know that life is worth living. There is a large epidemic in this country of suicide. Some people don't want to hurt anybody else. They just want to hurt themselves. So we need to reach out and embrace and find out what we can do. If you're having a good day and someone is having a bad day, we need to take our good day and try and turn their bad day into a good day. And I know, you can't bring back your loved ones. The shooter and the shooters that are involved in such mass murders, I would hope that we can head off many more young people from doing such things, because we need to head them off. We need to stop them. We need to make conditions in place that we may have to do for a young person a psych evaluation before we arm them with 2 assault weapons and over $10,000 worth of ammunition. And they can decide to, okay, well, I'm empowered now to do harm to other people. We need to check them and see, okay, you're 18. Yes, you have the right to own a weapon, but let's just talk for a little while and find out what's really wrong with you, that you feel like you got to have 2 assault weapons and lots of ammunition. That's a red flag. What do you need all this for? Not just think about, oh man, this is a great sale. Oh wow, I'm gonna take in $10,000 today with sales with yesterday and today by the same customer. Come on, y'all. It ain't about the money all the time. Let's find out what's going on with the people that we service, the people that we serve, the people that we are looking at in our presence. Where are they getting this money from? And what are they using it for? Let's find out. Is this your college fund? Are you supposed to be going to college with this money? Why are you buying these weapons at this time? This individual in the last shooting shot his grandmother. Someone that's been in his life since birth. You can't have a grandmother without having a mother. This is a person that's been in his life all his life, and he felt like he needed to end her life. Something's wrong, and we need to start looking to find out what's wrong. Well, that's my rant for today. I'm not going to keep going on and on. Once again, I want to thank you all for listening, tuning in. We've got some changes coming up in programming. Starting on this week, we're going to be moving our Thursday, nope, that's our Tuesday show. That should be Tuesday's show to YouTube Live on every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that should be Tuesday. We're going to correct that when we come off the air. But every Tuesday, 5 p.m., we're going to be live right here on YouTube. So you can look for us here. Also, we do have a Thursday show every Thursday on Street News Now, 6 Guys and You, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also this show each and every Saturday from the desk of Dr. Ron, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I just want to give some information. Please go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Please check out all of my advertisers, support them, subscribe, like, and share. We need your support. Subscribe, like, and share. I want to thank all people that have helped with donations and contributions up to this point in time. We thank you. Please keep the money coming. We can put it to good use. I want to thank you all. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a Black History Moment. So please check my Black History Moment out. We will have another hero or shero from the history of the African American community. So thank you once again. Appreciate you all. You have a wonderful holiday weekend. And please take a look around and show some love towards someone today.